Good morning, everyone. Um, Today, I want to talk about something that maybe is close to my heart. But the reason for this is because one of my students, who is in the late 50s um, and doing the PhD, and is very poor, yet paying a lot of money to finish this PhD, not knowing if it will be good for her or not. And so there is a misconception about people having some kind of title in front of their name, and then people assume they have a lot of money and um, etc. Particularly in the United States, people somehow think that you must be earning a lot of money, especially if you're a professor, um, or working for, well, anywhere really. Um, and this is really not true. There is an expression saying poor academic, and in a lot of countries, including United States, this is true because most of us um, we forsake money to teach and to do research. Unless you're doing research in conjunction with some large industries, pharmaceuticals, etc., you really don't have much money. So a lot of researchers, yes, they do take money from pharmaceuticals or the colleges, because that will give them a larger budget and maybe they have a bit more money. And of course, some universities pay people more than the others. But it's all irrelevant. It's not just how much you're paid, but how, uh, what is your life like, generally speaking. So it is the state of mind, you know. Um, I can only speak from personal experience that once upon a time I did work for a large software company and I was earning a lot of money. And then for a bank, and I was earning a lot of money. And I decided to give up everything and finish my PhD, um, take another path altogether, and go to teach at the university and do research. I never regretted that idea. I never regretted a minute of it because some of us are motivated by seeing other people, realize dreams that they thought they could never realize. So, um, many people ask me, Angie, you have so much education, I have 2 degrees and PhD and done a lot of research and conferences, etc., etc., etc. So, Angie, how come you don't have any money? You have debt and so on, and you don't have a big house. Actually, I don't even have a car. So, and we are renting, but it's how it is in Europe because I'm in Europe right now. And it really is totally irrelevant. These questions are irrelevant. And that question I've been asked by my own brother. How come that after all these years you don't have a fortune? Because I left a fortune and a lot of money and board meetings and all this kind of stuff to contribute something and to make a difference. Maybe it was bad decision, you know. Mm, I don't know. My I hope my children haven't suffered. They're all doing well. But I say to my students that if you're doing your PhD just to get the title, really, you can do it. Many do it. I don't like it. And I can tell by talking to such students that they're doing it just to get a title. It may be working for them, maybe not. I really don't know. Different people, you know, different lives. But I find it very sad that, someone does the PhD just to get a title, and then there are others who are sacrificing everything and, get all these student loans, and they're in their late 50s. In fact, I have some that are early 60s, and they sacrifice everything just to do that research, just to do that PhD for themselves. And if you see them, the other week we had graduation ceremony, and there were a lot of people who were mature students, if you like. If you see the expression on their faces when they receive their diplomas, when they call their names, that is priceless, you know. Then I think to myself and think, my goodness, that was a good idea that I left all these meetings, board meetings, and lunches, and all that, with all these people that I really had nothing in common with, to do this, to see these students graduate. You can't put a price on this. And as long as people understand that just by having a title will not, maybe it will make you more respected in certain circles, but not in the ones maybe that you would want to be respected. Um, I don't know. Having said that, maybe that's not even true. I can only speak from personal experience. Um, as long as your children have good education, they're good people, etc. Don't put so much weight on doctor XYZ. I have students who have graduated and they have never actually even put a title in front of their name yet. And then I have some, they already prepared a website and they prepared everything else before even they graduated. Now, there are different reasons for that, and that's okay. But I always feel sad when I see people um, doing research, going to academia, doing their PhD just for money or just to say, but I am a doctor and you are not, and therefore I'm something bigger than you are. It always saddens me because, well, personally, it's not. I don't want to know such people. You know, you don't need to. You need to prove something to yourself first, and then to others. Okay, if you need to prove something to others, I mean, usually it should be maybe a family. I don't know, but it is for yourself. So you need to be proud of yourself. Um, yeah, I just felt I needed to talk about it because watching my students graduate last week, I hope that I contributed to teaching them what PhD really is, what it means, completing it. And I hope that I have given them some other motivation to finish it. And I hope that they will leave and give that knowledge to somebody else. So yeah, one of those things that makes us think, why do we do things in life, and why people ask us certain questions like, how come? You have all these degrees and you're very clever and you had opportunities, and how come you don't have a lot of money? So yeah. And I have wonderful friends, and my students like me. What else does one want? Anyway, be happy, do things for yourself, be motivated internally. Nobody else can make you happy. You make yourself happy. So do your PhD for you, please. On that note, I'm going to leave you and have some chocolate. I shouldn't really, but I will. Have a lovely day. It's Friday today. My name is Angie Stones. Forget the doctor and professor stuff. Bye. Chocolate.